What's up guys, it's me, Useless Girl, and I'm back with another Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order playthrough. If you like it, you know what to do. The pictures I take can be found on my Tumblr account, link in the description below. Today is the day that we face off against the terrifying legend Darth Vader himself, which would have been an even more epic revelation if the cutscene worked as it should have and didn't ruin his appearance with being out of sync. Check out my previous videos and rant I had afterwards about that. Anyways, let's do this. Okay, so I had to restart my PS5 to fix that dialogue thing, and we are already in the battle or fight with Darth Vader because I restarted the game and then tried to take a picture and he like force choked me, so don't be surprised that Cole is like force choked at the moment and pulled to Vader. So here we go.
Give up. My master will have his prize.
What? What?
Surrender.
I'm... Aha! Whoa.
We gotta run!
Yes, that's a wise idea. Run!
Look out!
Run!
Turbo
Whoa.
left. Let's go.
Whoa! Run! Is this where we are supposed to be? Sorry. Yes.
Let's get out of here.
Whew. Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Hey, stay back!
Ooh! This is scary! Ooh! He could like... Oof. Ooh. This is scary and his face looks so bad. Okay, we are taking this picture of us fleeing from Vader, which is, I think, very, very wise of him. He can like totally sense that he is so out of his league. I'm so happy we don't have to fight him. Okay, just I like this. Just a little. I'm so happy. Okay. Phew. Few survive an encounter with the most powerful Sith in the galaxy. No shit. Escape is the only chance of survival. Yes. Darth Vader, the sinister Dark Lord of the Sith, is a mysterious figure amongst the Empire. But we No, who is, of course. Encounters with these machine-like men are rare and mostly deadly. Trained in the dark side of the Force, Vader governs over the Inquisitorius. Okay, so that's why he was there. I was like wondering what the hell was he doing in that place. And now we have the answer. He is like their boss.
I think we lost him. I'll make it. Seer, I won't fail you.
So I'm not that devastated about her death. I mean, I foresaw it. I told you she was going to die in one way or the other. I really don't know what happened to Trilla. I guess Vader killed her. I can't remember because I was so mad about the cutscene glitch that I couldn't follow what was happening. I just like focused on, oh my god, there's Darth Vader and we are going to die, and then also at the same time that I can't believe that this is happening in such an epic moment. But you can listen to my longer rant about that at the end of my previous video.
They're not responding.
They will. I am certain of it.
Grease, I'm here. Heading towards the surface. Be ready. I have the holocron. But Seer, she didn't make it, Grease.
Here? Just get out of there, Cal.
Keep moving, Carl. I'm sorry.
Whoa! No! 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 This was too easy. Holy, how can I swear I was pushing that stupid button. Can I run from him? I don't think so. And we have nowhere to run. I'm pushing, pushing! Whoa! No! Whoa! Sorry.
Surrender the holocron.
I'll never give it to you.
We shall see.
Oh! Oh! Whoa! She's not dead. Yeah.
Let you take those children.
Oh. Together.
Such hatred. You would have made an excellent Inquisitor.
She's stronger than that.
What?
No!
Yes. Strong with the dark side.
Seer.
I can feel it inside of her.
Seer! Seer! Hey, listen to me! You still have a choice.
Wow. Didn't see this coming. Yay! Yay, Marin! Yay!
Hey,
Whew.
hey. Hey, kid. Cal. Cal!
See her.
She's all right. She's all right.
You too.
You did it.
We did it. We did it.
Careful.
Where are they?
Well, they're out there. Whoa, hold on. Wait a minute.
Sorry.
That was you in the water, wasn't it?
I'm glad you're okay. This one wouldn't leave your side.
Thank you. Hey.
Hey.
So now what?
Well, Captain, this is the end of my charter. Your contract has been fulfilled. Thank you, Grease.
Well, if it's all the same to you, I was thinking that maybe I would stick around here and take you wherever you gotta go. Besides, the kid kinda looks up to me.
What about that?
We use it to rebuild the Jedi Order.
The next generation of Jedi.
The Empire will be after him. Just like they're after us.
The lives of every child on that list will be forever changed.
Not by us. Their destiny should be trusted to the Force. So where to now?
Trust only in the Force trophy. Okay, so we've got to the end of this video, as I suspect, at this game, as I suspected. So, of course, I wrote up some thoughts and notes if you want to stick around and listen to my opinion of the game. Because, as always, at the end of a playthrough series, I include my thoughts on the game and my experience with it. So, here's mine about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Okay, so, first of all, let's start with the visuals. Well, it shows that this game came out in 2019, because at some parts it doesn't hold up, like on the second planet Bogano. The vegetation looks really bad. Let's say it out. There are like pop-ins and graininess and blurriness all over the place at times, but there are also very gorgeous big set pieces in the backgrounds, and also locations that like are jaw-dropping. I really enjoyed exploring in this world, or well, worlds in plural, because we've visited many, not many, but a few planets. And I liked how they varied in terrain and life and flora and fauna and whatever. But aside from these sometimes occurring pop-ins, we have to talk about the glitches. There were a few times when I've got stuck in the environment, but not overwhelmingly often, so that's something I can overlook. Sometimes the platforming was inconsistent, which was really frustrating. I mean, I did the jump, I did whatever I had to do, and Cole just fell to his death. But whatever, I can write it off, 50% of the time of my faulty controller. But that's still something I can get over, because there was no game breaking glitch on that department. But the biggest problem was the out of sync cutscenes. I'm not gonna go into details about that again, because I already mentioned that in this video and at the end of my previous video where I had a rant about that. But let's just say these out of sync cutscenes pull you out of the game and it ruins big moments. I had to restart the PS5 2 times because of this, and this crosses a line with me into unacceptable territory, especially since this game came out roughly 3 years ago, and they could have fixed that, I think. I don't know, I'm not a game developer, but I think it can be fixed, because there were other games I know where the same problem happened and they could fix it. So, I don't know. Otherwise, I didn't encounter anything game breaking, which was nice. Especially after Cyberpunk, where there were a few times when the game crashed or logged me out of the main storyline because of glitches, but that's another playthrough you can check out on my channel if you want to. Okay, so the next point is the story. I think it's not overly long or complicated. It's a solid 20-25 hours experience, but it felt a little bit shorter for me, but that's mainly because I'm used to big open world games, and I just came from Cyberpunk 2077, which is huge and full of content, and it took me half a year to finish my first playthrough, but that's because I played other games and I had glitches and stuff like that. So anyways, this was a tight, solid, well-paced game story-wise. I think it wasn't overly long, overly short. It was nicely balanced, I think. And but if we talk about the story itself, honestly, it's nothing we haven't heard before in this franchise. Young Jedi lost his way for some reason, wants to revenge or save something, thus reconnects with the Force to set out on said journey. But there were enough side stories with other characters in this one to spice things up, which brings me to the characters. Cal Kestis is a likable main character, I think, and his background gets detailed enough for this game, on which I'm sure they've expanded in the second game, Survivor. I found myself actively rooting for him more than once, and I think Cameron Monaghan did a solid performance as Cole. I'm really looking forward to see what he can do with him in the second game, where the motion captures and the graphics will be much better, and I hope that they fixed a lot of bugs in that game, because I know of the disastrous launch, as I mentioned before during my playthrough. There are Ser Jada and Grease Dritus, our companions on the Mantis. Honestly, I don't think we've spent enough time with them to really click and care for these characters, or at least that's how I felt at the end of the game. Sure, I like them, I mean, they were fine. She's making me chuckle a few times with being the comic relief character, while Sayre was like the wise guardian or teacher type of character who gave advice to Carl and encouraged him when he seemingly lost hope and stuff like that. So it was a nice balance. But Sayre's background story was basically the retelling of Obi-Wan and Anakin's with a few tweaks here and there. I'm not complaining, just saying that I saw the parallels, so it was like, how do I say this? It was like recycling that big story beat, I think. But it was okay. I mean, I wasn't bothered by that at all. And there was another side character, Night Sister Marion, and I really, really loved her dry humor and attitude and the ability to see reason after she revenged her sisters and brothers and whoever in her home planet Datomir, and she was like totally aimless at that point, and I loved that she became our ally and then friend, but she had so little screen time, I think, and I think she's the most intriguing, or at least for me, from the three side characters. Anyways, I'm not sure she's in the next game, but I hope she might do a little cameo or something. I would really love to learn more about her. I know that second game is like set 5 years after this, so I don't know what happens or happened to her. Then our next point is quests and game mechanics. The quests were interesting enough, I think, even with the returning to previous planets, because they gave you other places to explore, and there wasn't too much of the backtracking, but the lack of fast traveling on maps was an interesting and sometimes very frustrating choice, especially when falling off or getting back to an earlier part of the map, and you had to like backtrack and find the place where you fell off and stuff like that. So that was like a little bit time consuming, especially when you are recording a game and don't want to waste your viewers' precious time, because I really appreciate that you take your time watching my videos and hopefully enjoying them. So I don't want to waste your time, and yeah. So this was strange for me, this choice in the game. Okay, so the puzzles, they were not too complicated, but some parts certainly make you think. And I'm bad at environmental puzzles, especially when tired of doing a recording, because once again I don't want to waste time, but the puzzles are very satisfying when you figure them out on your own. The Hollow Map. I heard good and bad about it in reviews. Sometimes I indeed found it frustrating, but you can get used to it. So it's like, okay, it's a decent navigational system, basically. Our next point is controls, combat, and skills. I enjoy the simpler control layout, although since I'm bad at remembering button combinations, I didn't use as many combos as I could have. Combat is fluid. Many times when you succeed, you really feel like a badass, unstoppable Jedi. And there are certainly epic jaw-dropping moments. For me, it was when we hijacked the AT-AT and blew up all another one, and then a lot of stormtroopers. And another such moment for me was when Carl made his own lightsaber, and we could now dual wield it. And that little part where we came out of the caves and the stormtroopers kept coming in waves, it really showed how much powerful that lightsaber and also the dual wielding attacks were. So that was really epic. It gave me goosebumps, and that's just like super cool. And the boss fights could be still challenging on the lowest difficulty too, if you don't pay attention or plan your moves. I felt that especially with Trilla at the end. She was like really badass and hard even on the story mode, which is the lowest difficulty, because I'm curious about more of the story and less the combat. That's usually how I play. And although I missed real long-range weapons, which I prefer, I enjoyed this combat system, although it still didn't make me want to play any From Software games anytime soon. So I say this because many compared this game to Sekiro and Dark Souls and stuff like that, and I'm not really interested in that combat system. The dodging and rolling and dying over and over and over again, I get frustrated. So I don't want to meddle in that. This was okay in this game. It was like error and trial and error, or whatever the expression is. So it was okay, I think. But it's definitely enough for me. The skill tree. I think it's straightforward, easily upgradable if you fight and explore enough, and it's also not too overcomplicated, which is a plus for me. I'm like, when the skill tree, like in, for example, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it's like ridiculously big, and you won't use, I think, 40% of those skills anyway, so it's like distracting, I think. But here it was straightforward. Like, you had the force, the lightsaber, and the survival skills. They opened up gradually as you progressed in the main story, and you could like use different combinations if you remember them. Not me, of course. But there were like some really epic moves here that you could unlock. So I was happy with the skill tree. Music. This part is irritating me, for example, but otherwise it's nice, sometimes epic, but it's more ambient background music for me than something I would listen to all the time. I'm a big game music fan, and I could really get into game soundtracks. I save them on my YouTube channel in like hidden playlists and listen to them while reading or writing or whatever. I especially love like some cyberpunk music, the God of War Ragnarok stuff, the Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West music tracks. So yeah, I have like a collection I get to go to listen to when I'm in the mood. So yep, this won't get on that list, I think, but it was decent. Oh, and here is the music. Credits. Anyway, so I think it was decent. It was nice, good background music. It brought some parts, brought back the childhood memories of the classical, the original trilogy's music. It brought back those with little parts and the atmosphere and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that. It's like a little bit of nostalgia, but also like nice to modern ears. So yeah, it's this decent soundtrack, I think. And lastly, my conclusion. Now that we are getting near the end of the end credits, I think this game is a nice adventure in the Star Wars universe with likable characters, a decently written story, and interesting worlds, lore, and combat. I can't wait to play Star Wars Jedi Survivor because I had a great time with this. And my rating, which I started doing I don't know when, but it's pretty new. So I think it's a solid 6.5 out of 10. Don't shout at me in the comment section. It's a 6.5 because of the immersion breaking cutscene glitches. Otherwise it would be like a 7.5 for me, but I had to like take down 1 point for that because it ruined the entrance of Darth Vader in that specific cutscene, and I won't forgive that. So this is my opinion about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I really had a great time. I hope you had too if you checked out my videos or playthrough, even if you just checked a few minutes of it, or you've been here with this journey on me from the very start to the very end. I really appreciate your time, and I hope I just managed to get you out of your everyday life for a few minutes or few hours and to share this experience with you, the watcher or viewer. So next up, I think you guessed, I will buy Jedi Survivor. And I will start on that because now I'm in a Star Wars frenzy, mania, call it whatever you want. I was like playing this and watching Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then when that ended, I continued watching The Mandalorian, the third season. And then I will go and watch the Book of Boba Fett and stuff like that on Disney Plus that I haven't seen yet, because this game brought back the fond memories of Star Wars for me. So maybe I will watch the movies again. So anyways, that's just my bubbling at the end. Sorry about that, or not sorry, I don't know. If you are still here, you are a hero, and thank you so much. If you like what you see, please consider leaving a like, a comment. I would really love to know what your opinion is about this game or my playthrough or whatever you have to tell me. And hopefully I will see you in the next one. I mean the next not video, but playthrough series, which will be Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order instead of that, sorry, Survivor. And hopefully I will see you there. Thanks again, goodbye, and peace.